Hey guys, this is Flubble Stuffing Incorporated. And speaking of stuffing, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. And this list is going to be my top 10 cards that made archetypes better. It'll have a different title probably, but, it's just something I want to do. Just to show how thankful these archetypes are for having these cards. Anyway, the rules are it can only be TCG and support after the debut of the archetype. It's not necessarily legacy support, but it's slightly more broad than that. And I decided to do strictly monster disc lists just because, and Spells and Traps will have their own list soon. So, I'll go over our honorable mentions quickly, and we'll go on to the list afterwards. One honorable mention is Harpy Chandler, as he gives access of rank 4s and rank 7s to Harpies, and makes Harpy's Hunting Ground a good check and counter to back row heavy decks, along with Harpy Dancer. Quick Draw Synchron for bringing Synchrons to life for being a generic tuner for these rather powerful Synchron monsters for their time, like Chevalier de Fleur, Junk Destroyer, and Nitro Warrior, and enables Ultimaya plays that sometimes that Gofu can't. Not Goku, sorry. Anyway, next one is DDD support. Oh my gosh, what am I even saying today? DDD Curse King Siegfried, but the only reason it didn't make it on this list, because it's OCG only. But it's coming soon. But it added a lockdown aspect to DDDs rather single-handedly, as the level 8 DDD Synchro the archetype needed. And last one's DDD Duo Don King Kali Yuga, as it has phenomenal stats, and insane back row removal, and field by negation for one turn, which is very handy at times. Number 10 is going to be Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Well, this thing's still new, and it's making somewhat of a splash now, and other decks are out now, but let's go over Alternative itself right now. It's a free inherent summon for a 3,000 attacker that can pop a monster and can be used as Xyz fodder after destroying a monster. And it's incredibly easy to search and summon in its own archetype, and 3,000 is nothing to scoff at. I mean, look at Cosmo Dart Destroyer and the Plug Before Towers, especially if it's easy to summon. So, it's number 10 on this list for the impact it made on Blue Eyes. Number 9 is Cliffwork Monolith. It's another target for Summoner's Art for Cliffworks, which is very handy. And its insane draw power effect made Cleese not really neg at all. Just dang. It's insane Cleese support. I mean, you can go for a disc, 2 tribute disc, get 2 more, then you have phase draw 2. So you use a +4 off of Cliffwork Monolith and disc themselves. Also, it's the other half of the Cyber Dragon Infinity engine and pendulums, especially Metal Foes. So number 9 is very worth the spot for this guy. Number 8, Performapal Skullcrabat Joker. In my opinion, by far the best pendulum searcher aside from Cliffwork Scout. It can search out of 3 pendulum archetypes, all of which are excellent on their own, and despite the banlist hits, deserving and undeserving, they're still alive. And this thing just barely fell short of top 10 favorite monsters. And honestly, before the newer Magicians were announced, the much newer, I always supported Joker being at 3. There, I said it. This thing deserves to be at 3. You could drop it to 1 still before the Pendulum support comes out. But, this thing's just a deniable for the deck, but better. So, this thing's number 8 because of its impact on pendulums. Also, I love its design. Number 7, and it pains me to say this, Aether the Heavenly Monarch. The combination of swarming, sending key cards and key spells and traps to the graveyard, and the ability to summon itself on either player's turn is flat out insane. It allows crazy pluses, including cards with Kuraz, Pantheism, and Prime Monarch. And it's by far the best Stormforge partner by far. And it makes a domain lock so much harder to break by attributing over-targeted monarchs. Let's say if it was targeted by my Dark Core or something, bad example, but if it was targeted by Dark Core, I could just attribute over that monster for Aether, so it's harder to get rid of the domain lock. So it made a huge impact, and it made Azure Monarchs alive and well, so it makes number 7 on this list. Number 6, and you all saw this coming, Fright for Tiger. Freaking Fright for Tiger. And honestly, all us Fluffle players were all heartbroken seeing that it became a Shonen Jump promo. But seeing it come out in the special edition of Breakers of Shadow, I was going absolutely nuts all day hearing that it was going to be announced there. Because it is a card that made Fluffles what they are now. And the field destruction effect is extremely powerful, and the power boost makes Fright for his massive beat sticks, making them all game enders along with Fright for Wolf. And before Tiger, attacking bigger monsters was a huge hassle, and Sheep was nowhere as good as it is now. And the best we had back then was Fright for Leo, which was good, but it required the worst edge imp, being Edge Imp Saw. I'm sorry, Edge Imp Saw, but you really are bad. I'm sorry. But Tiger made Fluffles what they are now because it solved the power issues this deck had. Number 5 goes to Masked Hero Darklaw. It put heroes out of obscurity and into relevance. Because before then, it didn't have any real direction. It can have a lot of Xyz and quite a bit of fusion with elements of Bubble Man. But this is Macrocosmos on legs, devastated decks in the meta like Necros, especially, Shaddoll's, Klees, Metal Foes, Blue Eyes, ABCs, the list goes on, guys. And it and Shadow Mist are heroes. They have solid ground for heroes to stand on, and a solid ground as a rogue anti-meta deck. Number 4 goes to Cosmo Dark Destroyer. By far the most powerful Cosmo monster, boasting 3000 attack, target immunity, pops a monster upon summon, and it floats. So this thing is incredibly unfair. I'm not even gonna lie. And it makes OTKs way too easy. I usually pop a Cosmo ship, including itself probably, to go into a smaller Cosmo, mostly Farm Girl for searching and some damage during the battle phase. And this card single-handedly made Cosmo a solid Tier 1 deck with the sheer versatility of this card itself. Number 3, and this one's a big one, guys. These 3 are the big 3. And it's Legendary 6 Samurai Shien as number 3. It single-handedly made 6 Samurais Tier 1. Its spell negation, built-in protection, and great stats made a 6 Sans a huge threat. And it's finally exposed gateway for the broken card it is, as it is a single target that can use with Kagemusha. So, honestly, this thing is flat out just crazy. I've never seen another synchro as big as an impact as this card did. So, it makes number 3 on this list for its impact on 6 Sams. Number 2 is Elemental Hero Stratos. It's by far the best hero in the game. Better than Ab-Zero, better than Darklaw, better than freaking Shadow Mist. This card is truly, truly insane. With its back row removal and its searcher. And incredibly easy to search and to loop to a practically endless advantage. And it can make heroes Tier 1 if this thing was let go. And it should be limited, not banned. Konami, please stop trolling us. Bring this thing back, for crying out loud. But now we're going to head off to number 1. Which is the best support card in an archetype, which is number 1, and all you older players probably saw this coming. I did, actually. Gladiator Beast Geyserus. For its time, it made Gladiator Beast practically Tier 0. Winning regionals, winning YCSs, most of those in a row. The field popping and recovery after battle grant you even more advantage with the triggered effects of those same Gladiator Beasts you summon. And I say it's by far the best support, since it just made them practically Tier 0. Its sheer power, its sheer relevance, and its impact on Gladiator Beasts made this number 1 on the list. Just, wow. If one card can make a deck Tier 0, which most of these cards did actually, Tier 1, Tier 0, potato, well, I can just imagine what they could do with spirals or sub-terrors. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And remember, if you don't got fluff, you ain't good enough. Join the Fright Army, and together we will win.